WNEP-TV proudly presents Pennsylvania Outdoor Life, featuring the Pennsylvania Outdoor Life team, with your key to the great outdoors. We're proud to serve all of northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This week's trip through Pennsylvania's outdoor life starts right now. Here's your hosts, Don Jacobs and Ken Hunter.
Good evening and welcome to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. Well, here we are standing on the banks of the Susquehanna, well, close to the banks of the Susquehanna River, only about 100, 200 feet away, Jake.
Yep.
We're going to do some kayaking today, aren't we?
I always love kayaking,
Yeah.
and you did some kayaking last year with us, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a great day.
Today, we are being guided by Frank Kraft at Susquehanna River Adventures. He called, he said, if you've never done a section from middle of Wilkes-Barre down south, you've got to see it to believe it. But it all starts right here on the banks of the Susquehanna River with orientation and a safety lesson.
We set up kind of a semicircle with the guides in the middle, and then we go over the safety issues like the life jacket and hazards on the water, natural hazards and man-made hazards. And then we go into the fundamentals of kayaking, the things that will allow somebody a little, it will assist them with being more comfortable, never have been in a kayak before, getting out on the water for the first time. Now the cameraman is inside this boat. You will have an operator, therefore you won't have to paddle. Okay, everybody come on and grab a boat. All right, everybody's got a boat, everybody's got a paddle, everybody's got a life jacket. All right, we're going to start from the top down. First of all, for those of you who didn't get it, I'm Frank Kratz. I'm the owner and operator of Susquehanna River Adventures. I'd like to welcome you to today's tour. On your left, pretty much right by your side, you got all the equipment that you're going to need for today. The first thing we're going to grab and put on is our life vest. Okay, everybody go ahead and grab one. One size fits all. There are let outs on either side and at the shoulders. If you have difficulty getting yours on, let me know and I'll come around and help you. All right, everybody's vest should fit them such that if you were to fall in the water, you know, and your arms are outstretched over your head, it doesn't come off you like an old loose t-shirt, all right? You are required to keep it on and zipped at all times throughout the tour, okay? When you're holding the paddle properly, the right hand, we're going to go with a right-handed control hand and a left-hand slip hand, and I'll explain what that is. When you're holding the paddle properly, on the right-hand side of the paddle, you'll feel as you run your hand up and down the shaft of the paddle, one portion is oval in shape. That's on the right-hand side. This grip on the paddle never changes. That's why it's called the control hand. When you're doing crossovers, going from the right side stroke to the left side stroke, you are merely just flexing your right wrist. Okay? Now let's take a look at the left side. Everybody's paddle should be facing skyward when you're holding that control hand in its proper place. You have one facing directly back to the rear, and then you have one facing pretty much straight up. There we go. The key to paddling effectively is to keep that control hand always in the proper position. And that telltale helps you do that. Everything else will come naturally within 5 minutes of being on the water. You'll see as we go. Are there any questions about the paddle? All right, let's adjust our boats. Go ahead and ground your paddle. All right, Jen and Amanda, if you guys give us a hand, what we're going to do is we're going to adjust your boats. We want your seat, go ahead and undo it and set it up. Raise the seat back up to the up position, and then slide that seat so it's in the middle of the boat. Look at the length of the boat, slide it so it's in the middle. Those of you gentlemen that are larger, place it all the way in the forward position. We want to put you as close to the center of the boat as possible so that you're not riding bow high. Lessens your control on the water. Now, if you look inside the hull of your boat, there's also foot pegs. Those are adjustable as well. There are spring-loaded push buttons closest to the seat. Depress those and extend the foot pegs all the way into the hull of the craft. Push it all the way towards the bow. Okay, guys, go ahead and climb inside your boat. Let's make sure we got a decent fit. Watch, they will rock while they're on the ground. Be careful. Now you want to ratchet your foot pegs up to a position that allows you to be bent at the knees. Not so that your knees are coming up out of the kayak, but so that they can form a brace between the balls of the feet on the foot peg and the underside of the cockpit. That's it for that. All right, come on out of your boats. Remember which one's yours. That's now your boat. It's adjusted to you. And come on in close so I don't have to yell anymore. We'll get the safety briefing over.
With the boats adjusted, Frank explains some basic safety rules and some things to look out for on the water. He also explains what to do in the event you capsize your boat. Then it was time to head to the river.
Grab one person at the front of two boats, one person at the rear, put all your gear in it, and head down towards the water.
Right down along here, Frank?
Yeah.
One by one, the novice kayakers are shown the proper way to get into their boats. For most of this crew, this is their maiden voyage, and by the look of things, they're quite comfortable on the water.
I love it when you hear it. Go ahead. Very good.
Okay, good.
Okay, now let's check the draft. Let's push you in a little bit and check the draft. Make sure it's nice and level. Oh, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Yep, all right. Hey, let's get right way. Do a little dance here. Flex your hips. There you go. That's about how much room you got to play with.
All right, come on.
Keep your center of gravity here in the middle. And you should have no trouble.
Okay, now wait, I have my oval.
Telltale's right there.
Okay.
Grab it. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Stay close to the water's edge. You do have a guide on the water. Off you go. Relax and enjoy. Wait. All right, come on in from the shore. Hold his paddle phone there. That's okay. I love it when you hurt. All right, let's come out here and check and see what we got here. Okay, you've still got quite a bit of play. It looks like you're pretty level. All right. Keep your center of gravity right here in the middle. All right, and you'll be good to go. Just relax. It's over. Okay, stay close to the edge of the river. You have guide on the water. Okay, who's got that boat? Everybody do a dance. Dance in your boat. Come on, don't be scared. Swing your hips there. Come on, Mike. You got to know it ain't going to flip.
There you go. Frank's got everything covered, Ken. He's got the safety issue, how to have fun, even sunscreen, water, everything's all. And look at your wife. Isn't she a rookie?
Yeah, she's a rookie, but she's looking like she knows what she's doing.
All half of those people out there don't know what they're doing yet, but because of Frank's safety, they do. And now, are you ready to take that trip?
I'll tell you what, we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we're heading out into the water. Don't go away. Well, welcome back to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. Well, everybody's been properly instructed. They now know what to do, and they know how to handle safety and all those good things on the water. I think it's time we hit the water and have some fun.
Well, we're the only ones not in a kayak,
Yeah,
so let's go out and do that.
Let's go do it.
Frank is going to tour guide us as we make our way from Wilkes-Barre down to Breslau, and it's going to be filled with some excitement. It's going to be filled with a lot of knowledge and just a good old-fashioned kayaking trip.
Once they're in the water, as you can see, they got a little bit of time to familiarize themselves with the craft. And within about 5 or 10 minutes, that apprehension that comes naturally being in something new like this, especially when folks think that they're tippy, goes away, and then they start enjoying themselves. We are going to the Breslau boat launch, which is just downstream from Richard Island and the Cary Avenue Bridge.
As the crow flies, how many miles?
It's probably about 5 miles thereabouts. This is a very scenic piece of the river. It's a short run. In duration is somewhere between 45 minutes and an hour. Particularly we guide between Harding and Union. Those are 2 boat launches located in Harding and Union Township, which is down near Susquehanna. That's our primary area. But we have stretched all the way down to Bloomsburg, and this season we'll be stretching further north. Hopefully we'll, by our 5th season, try and sponsor sojourns that cover a pretty long stretch of the river. But currently that's where we're at, between Harding and Union. You take a look and you see the Valley City in a different light from down here. You don't see graffiti, you don't see garbage, you can hardly hear the traffic. It almost looks like a painting. And the architecture along the river's edge is really quite unique. Some of the best features of the city are closer to the water, it seems. Just outside of Pittston, it looks like just a city full of churches. That's the way John likes to put it. Susquehanna River Adventures allows the customer the opportunity to take a look at what he thinks he knows about his own backyard. A lot of people think they know the river, but very rarely do you come out here and see a lot of people out here. It's very underutilized. There's a lot of things that's worth seeing right here in the Wyoming Valley, and there's a lot of things historically that's worth talking about, worth listening to. So a customer that comes out with Susquehanna River Adventures is in for a very relaxing, enjoyable few hours, and surprising, both because kayaking is a unique method of getting out on the water, and because this stretch of the Susquehanna surprisingly has come a long way. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes things that occur prior to us even arriving to meet with you that you don't see. We pull up weather reports to make sure that we have an hour-by-hour weather forecast for the duration of time we plan on being on the water. We also pull up river data to make sure it's safe for us to be out there on the water. The general rule of thumb is that if the river is moving so fast that when you get out there you can't comfortably paddle upstream, you have no business being out there. Okay, so once we're safe, we give the customer a call and let them know that the weather decision is favorable. You smell that honeysuckle? Isn't that nice? Oh my God, yeah.
Frank, what bridge? Where are we? What bridge is that?
We're coming up on the Black Diamond Bridge. It's an active railroad trestle that connects Wilkes-Barre and Kingston. The likelihood of us passing beneath the train is slim, but occasionally we have, and I'll tell you what, that's a neat feeling. Shakes the whole world. Little rush as you're going by. I mean, that's one big behemoth going over your head, real close.
Piece of history right there.
It absolutely is. What we do out here is almost like for the entry-level explorer. That's in all of us, you know. Everybody can come out here and try this.
Find a fossil, turn a rock over,
That's
just have fun, right?
You absolutely can. There's lots of things to explore and do. You never know what you're going to run across. And one of the great things about having a business like this is oftentimes I have like subject matter experts that I just don't, you know, foresee coming out here. For instance, on the 25th of June, Dr. Brian Mangan will be coming out here from King's College. He's an ecologist on the river, and he's been studying this stretch of water for the past 23, 25 years. And he knows all about the plant life. He knows all about the insects, the water quality, the fish, the mammals that live here. And that's a great learning experience for me too. So everybody gets a chance to see and learn something when they're out here. We take group pictures out here on the water, and then I email them to the people, you know, some of the select pictures after it's over. No, not yet. I have an email address, but I don't have a website yet. We're still pretty small. This is our second season. We're brand new. Brand new at this.
1, 2, 3. Thank you, Frank!
You're very welcome, you fine people, you. This kind of operates out of my backyard. So I have a regular day job. So folks would call 824-4500. That's our business number. Leave a message. Let us know that they're interested in going out on a sunset tour in the evening or a longer tour on the weekends. And then as soon as I come home, I screen the messages, return the calls, and set something up. And we're pretty small, so we're really flexible.
This is a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's wonderful having you out here. Very, very good time. The more the merrier. It's a drag to come out here by yourself. That's when you see everything cool. When you're all alone. We are on the leading edge of Richard Island. And we're just upriver from the Cary Avenue Bridge, which you can see down there. This was a nice spot last season. Oftentimes we come down here in the evening. The geese from Kirby Park, they sleep right over there. So they'd come over our head, land, and then we catch back up with them while they're put down for the night. And we also had a doe and a fawn that like to come out and greet us on the water's edge last year quite a bit. Here and on a bluff on the trail edge, which you'll see when we go by later.
What do the people that have never experienced it before, what do they say to you?
Mostly their response is, wow, I'm really surprised. That was easy, and it was fun, and it was relaxing, and this stretch of river is very beautiful.
We're taking a little bit of a break, although we didn't need it. The water was perfectly calm. We're on Richards Island, and I'll tell you, when you think about a trip like this, at this kind of the evening, the late afternoon, the weather's perfect.
It is.
In the Wyoming Valley, it doesn't get much better than this.
No, Jake, and I'm sort of used to outrunning a lightning storm when I'm with you in a kayak somewhere, but this time we didn't have to. It was perfect, so we're enjoying a nice leisurely float. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, though, we're going to have people and places.
Welcome back to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. You know, we've been traveling the Susquehanna River here with Susquehanna River Adventures. And if you're interested in getting the information on it, there's the name on your screen. Right now, they're set up to take your phone calls at 570-829-4500. Frank Kratz and his gang of very happy kayakers ready to take you on a trip, and it's really been pretty interesting.
And you know, Jake, I noticed that while we were out here doing this, I saw a lot of cameras out there in the boats, you know,
right.
So they're taking pictures. And speaking of taking pictures, let's take a look at some of the pictures you've been sending us.
Let's begin tonight's look at Pennsylvania people and places with Cody Romilay of Slatington and the spring gobbler he shot during the state's youth hunt. Also seen in the photo was his hunting partner Pop Pop, that's Roy Dengler. Cody would also like to thank his father, Uncle Hank, and Uncle Bubba for his expert calling. Allison Werner of Winfield shot this spring gobbler while hunting in Watsontown. This bird sported an 11.5-inch beard and weighed 24 pounds. Allison also tells us that her fiancé, Cody Reeder, called it in for her. Congratulations and nice going. Jesse Heinzelman of Milton shot this turkey on the opening day of the season while hunting in the New Columbia area. Jesse tells us this turkey was wearing a 10-inch beard and 1 1/8-inch spurs. That's a nice trophy there, Jesse. George Transu of Saylorsburg waited until the second week of the season to fill his tag. He was hunting in Moore Township, Northampton County, when this 24-pounder stepped in front of his gun. He would like to thank his wife, Suzanne, for sending us the photo. Thank you, Suzanne. Now a look at a couple of bear photos. Gene Hilliard shot this black bear at 11 a.m. on the last day of the new season. He was walking to his stand in Piatt Township when a grunting sound made him turn around, and he noticed the bear just 10 yards away. It was turning over dead logs. The trophy then became Gene's after 3 shots from his .308. The bear weighed in at 390 pounds. Dennis O'Brien and Dave Bartuska also are seen here with the black bear. This 153-pound black bear was shot by Dennis on the last day of the season. Now, Dennis was hunting with Dave and the Onion Gang when he scored. The gang itself got 3 bears in 3 days of hard hunting. Nice going, guys. We'll wrap things up with a couple of fishing photos. 13-year-old Cody Lichvar of New Philadelphia certainly has a reason to smile. Cody landed this 28-inch rainbow trout while fishing in Cold Run Creek. This all happened, by the way, on the second day of the season. Congratulations, Cody. For our final photo, we'll travel to Florida with Paul Cobb of Hop Bottom. Paul caught this 52-inch garfish while fishing in the Withlacoochee River in Marion County. That's easy for me to say. Paul tells us it weighed in at 28 pounds and is considered a citation trophy fish by the state of Florida. Nice going, Paul. And with this long-nosed swimmer, we'll wrap up this week's look at Pennsylvania people and places.
Well, thanks again for the great photos you've been sending us. You know, we're standing on this island taking a little break, but we're going to get back in the water and finish up this trip, and we're having a nice time, Jake.
Yeah, we're not even, I'm going to say about a quarter of a mile, maybe a half mile from where we're going to get out of the river. We are going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to tell you again how you can get in touch with Frank and Susquehanna River Adventures. Welcome back to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life as we complete our trip from Nesbitt Park in Wilkes-Barre to the boat access in Hanover Township.
Ready, set, go. There you are, sir. On your way.
This portion of the trip includes a swifter, more confined run of the river. Frank signals us to get in single file for the bumpy ride under the bridge.
Good job, good job. Good job, guys, good job. All right. Good job, just bounce right through. Outstanding. There we go. There you go, looking good, looking good. Watch that rock. Oh man, just missed it. Good job. All right. Everybody did that in fine style. Good deal.
And this is it, right?
This is
What
it.
is this?
This is breaststroke.
And we're done. I don't want to be done yet.
You don't have to be.
I don't want to be done yet. I want to stay out more.
We keep you out till dark.
Thumbs up, huh, Ken? Let's do another one. Thumbs up. Good trip.
Well, thanks, Frank, and everybody else who was involved. This was a great trip. Here we are pulling out. It was a wonderful afternoon, Jake. I mean, a nice leisurely ride.
Yep.
I think even the novices felt pretty good about this one.
Absolutely. Brian's mom and dad, first
Yes.
time they ever did it. Sheila,
My wife's
right?
first time.
Yep. And I know Kristen, my daughter, Kristen Jacobs, she was there, but she did it a couple of times.
Yeah.
But every time you go out, you have a good time.
Always a nice trip.
It really
A nice
was.
trip.
And we've got to thank Susquehanna River Adventures.
You bet.
There's the number, 824-4500, 824-4500. You can get a hold of Frank Kratz from Susquehanna River Adventures. We're going to do this again?
Oh, I think we ought to do it again.
And you should too. For Ken Hunter, I'm Don Jacobs and the entire team here of Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. We wish you the very best in the great outdoors.
So long then.
Pennsylvania Outdoor Life is a local presentation of WNEP TV. We're proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania.